There was a time nga natay ni Apo Diyos. Nakaturog sa mata ni Pastor, kanya bagbagana. Yes, my friend, I would like to repeat it again. There was a time that God died. Iti Hebrews chapter 2 verse 9. Kat kung basahan kada kayo iti pungunan di statement kung ano yay. Why I said that there was a time in the history of man where God tasted death. And that is found in Hebrews chapter 2 verse 9 nga kunana dito eh. But we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels, for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of God, should taste death for every man. That is a sentence nga intod niya po Diyos iti tao, gapusta nagbasol isuna. And yet, when he gave death, he also understood, and it was iti panunot niya po Diyos, nga that will also be the same solution nga iti tao kat may kan iti namnama kan panakaisalakan. Isu nga haan nga nagdarasulos lang no choice lang, itad ko lang ti patay. When he declared and when he gave his sentence to man, that because you ate the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, nga kung ay palubos sa kananyo, matay kayo. And when he gave that sentence, iti death, physical death, particularly the physical death, it was iti panunot niya po Diyos. This is also the same way that I'm going to bring you back by the death of my co-partner, my co-creator, nga ni Jesus Christ. So that when God gave his sentence of the death, it was a sentence nga hanlang at iungat na, but it was coupled with holiness and with grace and mercy. So, diya iti panggitaan tayo kani Apo Diyos. Kung iti Bible iti Hebrews, he tasted by the grace of God should taste death for every man. Are you not amazed of that statement? Who are you nga matay ni Kristo Jesus kan ramanan na iti patay? Well, I believe you would even laugh at me. If you do not believe nga ni Jesus Christ kat Diyos, I also understand nga you would just mock and you would just say, anya bagbaga na daytoy kalukwan. Hanamu ti doktrina na. Diyos kano ni Kristo. Aday ba kanyang kusat? Before you judge me, iji nga banda, may I present to you my case and my proposition why I believe, why I firmly stand that Jesus Christ is also God and he tasted death for every man. Dahito iti pinakarason no apay nga naisurat iti book iti Hebrews. The book of Hebrews was written to the first Christians nga inmawat kini Kristo Jesus di preaching ni Peter. Aduda dito kasi bibiyag na pa lang. And yet adun iti tinmalikod kini Kristo Jesus because of the sufferings that they had. And kunada ito writer nga ito nga inusar ni iti Santo Espiritu, you have wasted, nagsayang nga tinalikudam ni Jesus apay amom kadi iti banor na ti tinalikudam, isuna ti Dios. Iso nga pagdano ni ti Hebrews chapter 1, ito'y pa lang makita tayo nga in past plaster na nga dagos iti kina Dios ni Kristo Jesus. Nga kunana dito God, referring to the Father, who at sundry times and in many different ways, manners, spoke in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, Tata hath in this last day spoken unto us by his Son, whom he had appointed to be heir of all things. When he said here, kat nang sa undiay, hana lang ibagbaga nga inpasublat na nga tawidan iti amin nga banag. Iti kultura ti Hudyo, heirship, when you say heirship, iti Greek Bible, The original Greek dito, it is referring to greatness. It is referring to ownership. It is referring nga bagbagi na dagito amin nga dito. He owns, He is the greatest among all. So tikat nga son of all things. Referring to all creation, even the angels. Malaksid lang kinig Diyos Ama. Anya tibi din siyang pastor, so di si marunong ako na by whom He made the worlds. Nga babaan kanya na He created the worlds. Why is it that a lot of people in Ghana could not accept the reality that Jesus Christ is God because He is also the Creator? I could not see the point nga akseptaram lang dagiti verses nga may panggap kini Diyos Ama as the Creator. And yet, there are many verses in the New Testament clarifying the Genesis 1:26 nga dinarami niya po Diyos di daga iti amin nga ba nagditi daga and karkaro ya tao kunana. And God said, let us make man. When He said, let us make man, kaya't nga sa one day, He's not talking to an angels, but He is talking to somebody who has the power to create just like He is. Sino? Ni God the Father. Kat kuno kitaan da iti scripture, haan nga ti angels, nga cherubim ti bagbagana, it is referring to the Spirit of God, and it is referring to the person ni Kristo Jesus. So nga dati John chapter 1, verse 1 to 3, Colossians chapter 1, verse 16, 17, 18, nga mangidipinsa ti kina Diyos ni Kristo Jesus, gapusta He's the Creator, equal with God the Father. And here, kunana, He created the world, not only some, but He said He created the worlds, everything. Yes, it was clarified to Ephesians, the Father decreed. He made a plan for everything. As the Creator, that at the role ni God the Father, He decreed. Nagaramit ti blueprint, script. Nonya ti maramid. Tinag-execute, kat makita tayo, iti portion di Bible, it was Jesus Christ who execute the decree, the plan, the divine plan ni Diyos Ama. Anyang itirul ti Santo Espiritu, Genesis 1:2, He moved upon the face of the earth. Iti Hebrew kahit ng asawan, He decorated, inukupan na. Just like iti manok nga, inukupan na dagi, piyak na. In-ornos na tilubong, in-design na, in-decorate na, inikan na tibiyag. Iso nga nangagdidinumpar, di panaka bunga dagiti prutas nga dagitoy, ti hibernation ti animal, the distance iti earth iti sun is so exact. For what reason? Who calculated, who designed, and who ordered that? Tayo tibiyang ti Santo Espiritu. And here was a defense iti kina Diyos ni Kristo, which the people have betrayed. They have betrayed the Creator of all things. He created all the worlds. Referring even to the presence ni Apo, the angels, the paradise, He created the eye. Pagdanon nito'y, who being the brightness of His glory and the exact image. That to express image, kunana di King James, napangkat ti Greek, kunana di the exact replica. Han nga nangat nga tuno ni Diyos Ama, hanmat nga nabababa. No anya ti adak ni Diyos Ama, isumat ti adak kanya, na anya ti panpanunutan ni Diyos Ama, ada ti panagsilpo, kan panagsinupurtada. That is the point. So one time, there was a question ni Tomas, and he said to Jesus Christ, isuruman kada kami ni Diyos Ama, umanahin kada kami numaman may isuna. Katkunan ni Christ Jesus ti John 14, apeahan nyo palang mag-get Tomas. Nabayag nga nagkakadwatay, apay nga han mo pala nga maala na ito. No sino ti panakaamom kanyak, kas jay matlang ni Diyos Ama. No sino ti panakaawat mo no sinuak, nakitang may naramit ko, panakabalingada kanyak, kas jay matlang ni Diyos Ama. He is the very exact replica ni Diyos Ama, the vicar of God the Father dito'y daga. Sino? Ni Jesus Christ. And when He is an exact replica, haan nga nangat ngatuhan nga nabababa. Noan niya ti ada kanyada, parihas da. And kunana pa ijay, He holds all things. He's upholding all things. It talks about the Lordship of Christ. The Old Testament, God the Father was called Lord. In the New Testament, here is Christ. Ganay baga, Lord. For what evidence that you call Him Lord? Because Lord in the Bible would speak about creatorship. And Lord in the Bible would speak about creatorship and someone who maintains His creation. And He upholds all things. Teng-tengalan na He's making sure that every detail, kantapok nagtatayabita, they would land in the exact area where God the Father planned them. Isang ko na ni Kristo Jesus. Awan ti bilit nga matinag di tatanga-tangahan nga mo niya po Diyos. He knows it well. Awan iti deta buok, dita ulom nga dita. Awan ti may nabibilangan dagitan. No na parot iti may salita, God knows and understands and designed katno. And here was a perfect defense of God the Father as the Creator and Sustainer who upholds not some things, but all things, referring to the worlds. By the power, by the word of the power of His power. And this is what He did in His power, in His words. And kuna na pa di Hebrews 1:8, adupay tagsaw na daw, anya ti ebidensya pa nga ni Kristo Jesus ka Dios. Kat mo pa tinapigsa nga ebidensya, after the ebidensya, no anya tinaramid na idi, anya tinaramid na data, anya tinaramid na ti sumarsaruno, nga na sumarsaruno pengatawan, here was another argument to present that Jesus Christ is God. Hebrews 1:8, but unto the Son, He said, referring to God the Father, speaking to the Son, jay entrance na, idi nagungar nga isunak at ininad nga gumat nga ito isunak at ni biglang nga napukaw, anya tinapasamak, dahi titisil po na. Ijay heaven, there was a great welcome, there was a warm inauguration, iti panang welcome, iti heavenly host, the angels, kani God the Father, kat kunan ni God the Father, but unto the Son, He said, Thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. Anyakat nga sawan di ay, here was God the Father testifying ti kinadiyos ni Kristo. By His words itself, kunan ni Diyos Ama, but unto the Son, Thy throne, O God. Iti Greek word, theos, tinausar, hangay small g but capital G dapat yay. Implying sika anak nga parpariyas ko nga Dios. Hamo mangeg nga ni Kristo Jesus ket nay apeng nga daydayaw anak. For even the angels kunadi Diyos Ama, palintumong kayo kat dayawan Diyos. Apay kunak manuti dayawan talang kat Diyos. Why did He allowed angels to worship Jesus? Would He not violate His rule that thou shalt not worship any other God? But He allowed angels, all the angels in heaven to worship God because, for what reason? Because He is also the exact replica who is equal with Him. And that is Jesus Christ. And the verse tayo ti Hebrews chapter 2 verse 9, He tasted death for you. Who are you that God would taste death? Who am I that God would willingly come down diti daga? Baduan na ti Espiritu na tilasag iti tao, and that flesh would be the sacrifice, and that blood in that flesh will be the offering that will remove the wrath of God. What is man that God, the second nga persona ti Dios, who created everything in the world, who was commended by the Father as equal with him, God, and he allowed the angels to worship him because he's God like him, equal with him. Who am I that he is willing to taste death? That's grace. Nukunam nga grasya we do not deserve, yet he gave and he did it for men. Daytoy persona ti Dios nga nangaramid ka ng disenyo ti patay to judgment. He also intended it that will be the same solution to bring back ti tao kanya na. And why won't you trust? Jay naramid na nga rin naman na ti patay. If that is not enough, would you think God the Father would send him? Would you think God the Father would welcome him and address him as God equal with him? Would you think that God the Father will allow angels to worship him, to bow down with him? No! Impostoris huna, but he did it for what reason? Because he is the perfect Messiah that is able to save and remove the wrath of God, jay kararwam jay impierno. And why won't you trust him? Anya raramidam kapsat. Kunam siguro, pamati lang pastor, naglakamutan, haan nga nalaka? Apay nalaka, iti panakatay? Iso nga ti pinili ni Apo Diyos, katahan nga bangungot ti panakatay ti tao. Panakatay ni Kristo Jesus, di mangisalakan. Hana nga pinili kat jay isigulaki nga natay lang ti old age ni Jesus. Ti pinapili kan dinisign na nga na-decree nga wagas nga matay ti mangisalakan kat ada ti brutal nga panakaparti kanyana kasla pinikpikan. And yet Christ, when he heard the plan iti salvation, the decree ngay naramid ni Christ ni Diyos Ama nga mangisalakan ti tao, he took the jay nga plano. For what reason? Taammo ni Diyos Ama nga no narigrigat ti maysa nga banag, banuron ti tao. Ipadawat mo kadi ti maysa nga banag no inrigatam, haan. And that's the reason why he took the opportunity and decreed death, a brutal death, nga mangisalakan kanyam tapno banuron ti panakaisalakan mo. Gapus tada ti impirno, inparupa na ti amin nga tao, nga ada ti apoy nga papanam, nga ngalukluko de, tano ang nulukluko lang di jay. Apay niya pa lang tirason nga brutal, nga panakatay tirampan na rin naman. The Bible says he was brutally murdered, di krus. And yet God the Father left him, watch him there in heaven, and yet he did not give it a backup nga rescue. He watched the second person in flesh tasting death for you, my friend. Why won't you accept him, my friend? Katno pa'y nga wata misuna. Pakasyak kapsat. Sardang tayo, di kinapangas tayo nga taltalok ti relihiyon. Aramid mo, tahangay so ti mangisalakan. Nagtao di ti puso, ipulnom tingiwat mo. Nga talkem di panakatay, panakaykali ken panagungar na, iso ti mangisalakan kanya. Sapay kumataramidam di kapsat, pakpakasyak. Pakpakasyak kapsat. Pakpakasyak. Di jay ti kasta ng ma-express iti pamati. Kan talikuda misarwaman dagiti basol mo no talaga nga pudpudno nga awatem isuna. Ano kung nang maawatem kat sublim ti basol mo, luk-lukwam niya po Diyos. Kapsat. Natay ti Diyos. There was a time that God died. In the person of Christ, the second person of the Trinity, He died, He tasted death to offer salvation for us. I beg you, my friend. Awatam ko maiso nga pudpud. Salamat kapsat. Sapay.